Sports Entertained is recorded live at twitch.tv slash Baldy and the Beast. Come check us out every Tuesday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and watch the matches right along with us. Try that again because I was scrolled down too far and I unmuted the wrong shit. Let's try again. One more time with the intro.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bront.
I'm Willem, and you cut out a little bit there, but it's fine. I'm not going to redo it.
Damn it. We are Baldy and the Beast. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Sports Entertained.
Yes.
Willem.
Yeah.
Unlike the election, we do know what's happening tonight. What's happening?
Tonight, we are going to be watching the Triangle Ladder Match from WrestleMania 16, a.k.a. WrestleMania 2000. The pseudo start of the TLC match. And I'm
garbage wrestling.
Super excited for that.
I love me some garbage wrestling.
I know, buddy.
So, this happened on April 2nd of 2000 at the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California.
Yes.
There were 19,776 screaming fans there. And so essentially this match breaks down into it's the Dudleys versus the Hardys versus Edge and Christian. I want to take a quick second before we get into the rest of the build. The only time in WWE or F history I can remember their tag team division being this goddamn stacked.
I know. It's so, there's so many good tag teams at this point. Not only just the guys in this match, we also got, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, and we got fucking the APA and Test and Albert and all of them.
Scotty 2 Hotty and Brian Christopher.
Yeah, it's so cool. Stacked at this point.
I'm not saying Too Cool is the greatest tag team of all time, but they were entertaining.
Yeah.
There
was something to watch, and they had a little gimmick. They had a shtick.
Were the Headbangers still around at this time?
I think so, yeah, because they were in the earlier in this card. There was the hardcore thing that they did, and they were both in that match.
Okay, so yeah, their tag team division at this time was really good. I mean, better than any time I can ever remember.
Yep. And
this was before Vince got a hard on for breaking people up for no reason. So,
yeah. Although admittedly, it kind of started with, I guess, ironically enough, it started with the tag teams in this match because they broke up all three of the tag teams. They were broken up within the next 2-3 years.
Yep. But off of that and on to where this comes from. So on January 17th of 2000, on Raw, Jeff beat Bubba Ray with a Swanton Bomb. But after the match, the Dudleys attacked the Hardys and powerbombed Matt onto/through a table. So that week's SmackDown, because this was before they had exclusive rosters, Matt was scheduled to face Devon, but essentially all four of them just brawled instead. Yeah. And Bubba tried to powerbomb Matt through a table again, but they were stopped by Jeff. Jeff hit Bubba with a chair, and Bubba fell onto the table, and then Matt and Jeff set up another table and leg dropped Devon through it. Then at the Rumble, the Hardys faced the Dudleys in a tag team tables match. And then the next night, out of respect, the Dudleys offered to help the Hardys defeat the New Age Outlaws for the titles, and in return, the Hardys would give them a title match. After the match, the Dudleys hit a 3D, obviously, because it's wrestling.
It's what they do.
Of course, they weren't going to help that much.
Right.
They 3D the Hardys, and that kind of sets up the story that we get into WrestleMania season where, the three of, and then Edge and Christian end up coming into this through. I really wasn't sure on the circumstances of how they got into this. I really couldn't find too much on that. Do you happen to know it all, Willem?
So I don't know how they got into this match, but I know that Edge and Christian had a relation to the Hardys because the previous year they had the first ever tag team ladder match, which is what kind of the impetus, the prototype for a match like this and for the TLC matches going forward. And that match in and of itself, it was just Matt and Hardy, or the Hardys versus Edge and Christian, and it was for the services of Terry Runnell as a manager. And that was the whole part of that. So I think the only reason that Edge and Christian were involved in this is because they were tangentially related to the Hardys, so they felt that they had something to do with this type of match.
And they fit this type. I mean, yeah. they not to say that just the Dudleys versus the Hardys wouldn't have been a good match. It would have, But you add that extra level of chaos when you add Edge and Christian in, and they went for it, man. They wanted to steal the damn show.
Yeah, and they did, given the card.
Yep.
This was easily the best match on this card.
Oh, for sure. Yep, they killed it. That's why I'm so excited to get into this.
I know.
But before we can, Willem, we have to run down the card.
Okay.
Speaking of, this is when WrestleMania was really hot, so they had the Godfather coming down with Ice-T, both in pimp suits. I know I normally don't do the celebrity stuff, but that's kind of cool. Come on.
Yeah.
The first match was Godfather and D'Lo versus Bossman and Buchanan.
Bull Buchanan.
They had the Hardcore Championship Battle Royal and next, which all that hardcore stuff is stupid and just it's popcorn wrestling.
So a fun thing about that match is that the finish of that match did not go the way that it was intended. Hardcore Holly was supposed to win that match, but the ref in the match counted the count wrong, and Crash Holly wound up going out with the title, even though it was supposed to be Hardcore Holly going over. And that led to a series of .com skits where the ref in that match would try to kill himself.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There were a series on .com at the time where the ref would, through, comedy skits, continually try and fail to kill himself.
I don't know if that's... I guess I would have to see to judge how funny that is.
I mean, it was the year 2000, so a lot more shit could go at the time. It would definitely not it would not fly today.
Anyways, on from that very uplifting note.
Yeah, no, right.
The next match we had the Test and Albert versus Head Cheese, and after that we got.
I remember being very entertained by that match because they also had the debut of Chester McCheeserton.
Yeah, I was debating on whether or not I wanted to skip over that because I thought it was hilarious. You have 3 tags in a row. It's the debut of Chester McCheeserton, Test and Albert versus Head Cheese. Head Cheese turn on Chester McCheeserton. I thought that was kind of funny. That dude's gimmick did not last very long.
No.
Next up is the triple threat ladder match. It's going to be great. After that, Terry and the Cat in a cat fight, which is essentially boobies the match, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Based on the company and the year.
And the only singles match on this card.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
Next up, we have the Radicals versus China and Too Cool. The Radicals were Eddie Guerrero. In this match, I don't want to say who it was precisely because I'm not exactly sure, but it was Eddie Guerrero for sure, and then probably Perry Saturn. I'm
pretty sure it was Eddie Guerrero and Perry Saturn in this match because Benoit was in a match later on.
Okay. Next up, we have the 2-fall triple threat double title match with Angle in there. And then moving on. This card has so much bullshit in the middle of every...
So that match, that was Angle, Jericho, and Benoit.
I'm glad you knew because I was blanking.
Dude, I've got a lot of this card down because this was the only DVD I had as a child.
Oh, okay. So you watched this show a lot.
Yes, I've watched this show plenty of times.
Next up, we have X-Pac and Road Dogg versus Rikishi and Kane.
Yep.
Which is a weird tag team I don't remember.
Yeah.
And then looks like the last one is the main event.
Yeah.
The ever infamous McMahon in every corner. Mick Foley just retired 3 months ago, but who cares? Match. Not even 3 months ago. It was the match we watched with Triple H, that Hell in the Cell we just watched not too long ago.
Yep. So originally this match was supposed to be Triple H, Rock, Big Show, and Jericho for the title. But Mick Foley, apparently he had such a good showing in the previous 2 matches, it only made more sense for him to be the 4th man in this match with Linda McMahon in his corner. That's kind of the reason why if you look at this pay-per-view on the network and you look at the splash screen for this, that's why the background it's Triple H, Big Show, Rock, and Jericho, not Mick Foley, in that promo material.
Then maybe they should have had Mick Foley win that match against Triple H, where the stipulation was if he loses, he retires.
Yeah, but that would mean they would have to put the title on Mick, which I guess for a 1 month run that would kind of be. They could have done that as Mick held the title for a month, and if he lost at Mania, then he retires.
Yeah,
that's how that.
They could have just done the Ric Flair scenario that they did in 06, where it's the next match you lose is your last match.
Yeah, but far be it from me to book prime Attitude Era wrestling like.
Yeah,
for fucking real.
I couldn't have booked this shit.
Like you can only.
I don't mean shit in a bad way either. Like it just, they hot shotted things so much, and I couldn't have booked this era.
Yeah, you can really only improve the booking with the benefit of hindsight on this one.
Yeah,
there was no way at the time that you would have been able to like do a real proper booking of this, because this is all that was going to be, and they. For what it's worth, it worked because the rest of the year was fucking fire for pay-per-views.
And the time, they were hot as hell. Like,
yeah.
I can sit here and say, well, they should have done this better, they should have done that better. They sold more tickets, they sold more merch than any other time that was wrestling was red hot. I don't have anything else to say. I mean, it was... Yeah. I can critique, but... How much can I actually critique with as good as it was received?
We can critique as much as we want, but there's no like changing the fact that this was definitely the most profitable era in wrestling history, hands down.
Yeah.
At least prior to like now with them getting, gigantic fucking Fox deals and shit.
If it wasn't for this time, they wouldn't be getting gigantic Fox deals. They are only getting those deals because, wrestling might get that hot again.
Yeah.
And
Any hoozle. Let's go ahead and jump into the match. We're kind of dragging on a little bit here with our precursor on this.
So I do want to say one thing. I did kind of look into this. On the network, they have multiple tags for this match.
Yes.
If you click the one that looks like it's the match, it starts off mid-match.
Oh.
Yeah, the guys were already fighting in the ring. I'm lucky my thing accidentally started on me, so I noticed that.
Yeah.
But so I personally am going back one tag to where it says Dudley's discussed the triangle ladder match. And if you click on that, it starts you off right when the Dudleys are coming out.
Okay, that's really weird timing. Thank you for pointing that out because I was at the other tag.
So this tag is at 58 minutes and 56 seconds.
Yes.
I will go ahead and just give everybody a couple seconds to get situated. And Willem,
yes.
Do you want to call it?
Yep. Give me 1 second. Let me go full screen here. Gonna go ahead and kind of... Apparently I lost my ability to talk in the last 5 seconds. Anyway, let's go ahead, count it down. We're gonna go ahead and start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click. Yep.
And this is kind of a cool...
Matt got dumped all the way off the top of the ladders through a table. Edge and Christian are your new tag team champions.
You think you know me.
You think you know me. You think you know me.
Yeah, this song wasn't as good as the Brood song or Metalingus, and it wasn't even close.
No.
Edge has had some good fucking songs.
Yeah. He had fucking Rob Zombie there for a second.
He did. I forgot about that. He had Rob Zombie. He had the Brood song, which might be one of the best wrestling songs of all of the times.
Honestly, I don't remember it. I can't recall what it is.
Really? Oh, you gotta go listen to the Brood theme song. It's amazing.
They gimmicked that table all to fuck because that table was destroyed.
Yeah.
And not even
into 8 pieces.
It broke into 8 pieces, and they were clean cuts.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh man.
What a good match, though.
Yeah, you can see the trauma on Edge and Christian's face. They're trying to walk out, and they're just like, God, why did we fucking do that?
They put all 6 of these men put each other through hell.
Oh my god, yeah.
I hope they got, if not the biggest payout of the night, tied.
Yeah, they definitely deserve the big old share of the purse on that one.
But what's the old wrestling saying? The old saying goes, how much do you pay the boys? You take all the money you made at the show, you throw it in the air, and whatever sticks to the ceiling, you give to the boys.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty accurate. And then if $1 sticks to the ceiling, you go and get a snowblower and fucking blow it down.
Yeah. Get like a leaf blower or something. Like, you're like, come down from there.
It's just like, oh shit, is that $1?
Oh shit. That was fantastic. Do we even need to piss around with running the match down and talking about how much we liked it? No, 5 stars.
That's a 5-star fucking match. That's a fantastic match. Also, Benjamin Chode in the chat. What's going on, buddy? Also, shout outs to after the match. They got, old school Kevin Kelly in the back doing the promo.
Yep.
I always forget that Kevin Kelly was in the dub for a hot second.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have any memorable things from him in the dub.
Yeah. It wasn't really until after he left and did other stuff that he became memorable.
Yeah.
But he did have the start of his career at that point.
But yeah, fantastic match. I don't think there's really too much to be said. All 4 guys, all 6 guys really just put their bodies on the line, and that's why this match will always be talked about and will always be remembered. No matter what wrestling goes through, people will talk about this match.
Yep. It was definitely the start of this style of ladder match, because every ladder match after this, they tried to emulate this in some way, shape, or form, be it with big ladder spots, going through tables, whatever they got. There actually weren't any chair spots in this match, if you didn't notice.
Yeah. Not at all.
They really did kind of focus on doing the ladder stuff, and then eventually the Dudleys brought the tables out. I think this was probably before Edge and Christian really started doing like the concerto and doing chair stuff.
I feel like they probably did that as because they needed a thing.
They needed their own weapon, essentially. Yeah, I can see that.
And concerto is a cool move.
Yeah.
And a good name.
Yeah. And it makes sense with the sound that it makes.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say on the match? Because I really don't.
No, I feel like this match kind of speaks for itself. It's a great match. If you're just kind of going and you want to watch something real quick, pull up this match. If you're just tuning in, like Benjamin Chode is in the chat, we just watched the Triangle Ladder match from WrestleMania 2000. Fantastic match, the precursor to the TLC match. And this is the start to our current trilogy that we're doing. We're watching this. Next week, we're going to be watching TLC 1, and the following week, we're going to be watching TLC 2. So I am real excited for this. But like I said, this is easily the match that sold me on the Hardys, because as long as I've been a wrestling fan, I've been a fan of the Hardys, and I'm a huge mark for Jeff Hardy.
Yep.
Just because he does big, stupid Jeff Hardy things off the top of ladders.
I want Jeff Hardy to get one more world title run. Do I think it'll happen? No, I don't. It's the dub, but I think he deserves it. Mm-hmm. I think he's still at that level. I don't have anything else to say, but he deserves one more run.
I think he definitely deserves one more run, but I want to see a match that proves that he deserves it, because putting him in a match against Elias did not do that. I'm gonna shit on that match till the end of time until there's something, because it sucked. It was real bad. I'm gonna shit on that till the end of time until they show me a Jeff Hardy match that's gonna change that decision.
But it's the dub, dude. Part of their problem, and I don't know if you listened to the Miro Chris Jericho Talk Is Jericho this week. But Jericho kind of summed it up perfectly. He's like, in the WWE, no matter what match you watch, it's wrestled in the WWE style. Yeah. All of them. He's like, when you come here, like, and by here I meant AEW, he's like, we have dudes that do hardcore, we have dudes that do their indie spot monkeys, we got hard style, strong style guys, hardcore guys. He's like, funny guys. He's like, we just want to have whatever you're best at.
Right.
Let's do that. Because that's going to make the best product overall, not homogenizing everything.
The big problem that I see with the dub style, just in general, is that so I think I heard this in like a Shinsuke interview or something like that, where he was talking about working the WWE style after being in Japan, and he was like, working the WWE style, like you want to work what you're used to doing, but then WWE wants to tell a story, and they're trying to tell, like, from the start of the match to the end of the match, they're trying to tell a certain type of story with the match. The big problem with that is sometimes that story is not very good.
And sometimes I don't agree that they do tell stories.
Right. The intent is to try and tell a story and get you to care about that story. And it's usually not worth the story that they're telling.
But sometimes just like a mash of styles can be a story in itself.
Yeah.
Like when Jericho was going up against Orange Cassidy, for example. What was the story of that?
Just that fucking Orange Cassidy was doing his own thing. He's perceived as a lazy wrestler, and they were Jericho was trying to prove that that's not how you make it in this business.
Yeah, but contrast of styles.
Right.
Like, and OC came out on top. And I don't know. That's what I like.
Yes.
I'm trying not to be too much of a shill because I don't even get paid.
Fuck that. I'm gonna be a shill for fucking AEW because we're gonna be watching Full Gear this weekend, and I'm super excited for it. It's gonna be so much fun.
However, I will say if TK wanted to send me a check, I'm willing to be paid. I will be a shill if, for whatever reason you're watching this.
He's gonna send us a check for $1 for every viewer we currently have. So he's gonna send us each a check for $1.
That's more dollars than I have right now.
That's more dollars than we've ever made on this show. So go ahead, Tony Khan. If you're gonna send us $1, send me $1.
If Tony Khan sent me a check for $1, I wouldn't even cash it. I would hang it up because it would say Tony Khan on the top.
Right. It'd be a check from Tony Khan.
Yeah. At that point, I don't even care about the $1. Did you have anything else that you want to go over?
No, I don't think so. I think I said my point. Like this, I love this match. I'm really excited for what we're going to be watching for the rest. My animals are deciding that they want to destroy the set. They want to destroy my charging thing that I've got for my controllers on the side of my desk. They're trying to break down the door to get into my room. So I think it's a sign we should probably call it a little bit. I know that we kind of, we went a little bit short with talking about some post-match stuff, but this match was just so good that it speaks for itself.
Yeah, just go watch it.
If you haven't watched already, it's on the network. It's very readily available. Highly recommended. It's one of my all-time favorites. Oh
yeah, it's fantastic. And this trilogy of matches that they had over the span of the year was amazing.
To break out the meme again, mwah, chef's kiss, so good.
Mwah.
Mwah. Any hoozle. Thank you everybody for coming out. We love seeing you here. If you haven't already, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter, check us out on YouTube. All the links for this stuff are in the description below. If you haven't already, check out our audio-only podcast if you want to listen to us, but you don't feel like looking at our silly faces. We will be back this coming Saturday for a possible secret stream with just me playing some video games. Or, if not, we will be back this Saturday watching Full Gear with you guys right here on twitch.tv/BaldyandTheBeast. Come check us out then, but until then, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.